I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Hey, what's happening? Happy Thursday. Good afternoon and welcome. You got the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score, 107thescore.com, the 100.7 The Score mobile app. Brought to you by Happy State Bank. We're watchable on TV, Fox 34 News Now. Yours on YouTube as well. Check out the Double T Sports Network there. Hit the like or subscribe buttons, if you will. Also watchable on all of the TV apps, or the TV, I guess, devices, Fire Stick, Roku, Apple TV. However you're taking us in, we're glad that you've decided to make us part of your Thursday afternoon. We being myself, Chois Woodman. Matt Estenson joins us once again in the First United Bank studio, as does Thomas Dye. You can also hit us up. You got any thoughts, comments, questions, allegations, accusations, hopes, dreams? Whatever you got, bring it in on the Yates Flooring Center chat line through that 100.7 The Score mobile app, which you can carry anywhere with you, and even listening out in Moab, Utah, if you so choose. What's up, Matt?
Another day. Hot day.
It is hot. Like, everybody keeps saying that, and I'm ready. I mean, it's August, but I am ready for football weather. But we know out in West Texas, football weather doesn't arrive until late September, usually.
Yeah.
Every game, these first 3 home games are all going to be pretty toasty. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit hot, but it's different hot. Like if you were golfing right now, it wouldn't be hot. It would be perfect.
That's true. You can live with this.
That's kind of how I judge it now.
Okay.
So
if you attend a game at Jones Stadium, are you usually an East Sider or a West Sider?
I like the West Side.
Okay. There's more shade over there.
Yeah.
Typically.
Yeah. But beggars can't be choosers.
Oh, sure.
So, yeah. But yeah, typically the West Side. But
there we go. We'll get into a few different topics. We're going to get, Matt doesn't know this yet, we're going to get Matt's predictions for the season. Not Texas Tech, but college football predictions.
Okay.
So you're going to give us your college football playoff 12.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
don't worry, I'm not going to spring it on you right now.
It's okay. It just is what it is.
You'll have a half hour or so before we ask you for those. But we'll get Matt's college football playoff 12 and major conference champions, those sorts of things, coming up a little bit. So we'll call this Prediction Thursday. We'll get into plenty of topics, including some weird stuff in college football, like rotating play callers on every down. Never heard of that, but they're trying something new out in Auburn.
Rotating play callers?
Yeah. I've never...
I don't feel like I feel like that's just much more problematic for the chemistry.
It seems that way, yeah. Yeah. We will get into some college football rule changes and a Big 12 rule emphasis where they're trying to hold us down in Lubbock. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but plenty of things to dive into today. Tech athletics year gets officially underway as far as action goes tonight, as the Red Raider soccer team is out in San Diego taking on the Aztecs. Are Aztecs, is there like a lady name for them, or is it just Aztecs all the way through? I'm asking like the air because I don't know if anybody knows. And one of the worst celebrations. We'll get to that. When you think of, do you remember Martin Gramatica?
Yes.
The kicker, who snapped his ankle when jumping up and down after making a field goal
Yes, I feel like there's
I think it was with the Cardinals. Yeah.
There's an image in my head of another kicker doing that, but I don't feel like it was him.
Oh, I think it's happened to multiple kickers.
Like
Gramatica is probably the most famous because it was it was one of the first ones where you get a celebration injury. But there was a NASCAR driver that injured himself too. So we'll share you that.
Okay.
We'd love to have your comments, questions, topics you want to get into on the Yates Flooring Center chat line, or you can just be like me and be bummed out about the Texas Rangers. Once again, after another loss that they blew in the 9th inning, Rangers have now blown 23 saves this season, which is second worst or most in Major League Baseball. So, fun time to be a Rangers fan. What do you do with your here's a better question. Where do you rank your sports fandom watching, Matt? What is number one? We know you're an NBA guy.
Yeah.
You're like one of the few around here. But where top 5 sports you watch?
Top 5?
Yes. College, pro, those are separate.
NBA.
NBA is number 1. You watch more NBA than
Well, I'll be honest. Over the last 6 months, I feel like golf has climbed above that.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh man, there's nothing better than.
Oh,
Sunday.
I love watching golf, but that's a minority answer too. So.
Yeah. Oh, it's relaxing.
There's nothing like a Sunday afternoon golf nap. I'm telling you. The golf nap is as good as it gets because Jim Nance's voice just kind of you start off with the final group or so on Sunday afternoon, and you watch the first few holes, and then you wake back up about the turn, and then watch the final 9. Do
you know what a Tony is for a kid? A Tony is a box where now they make like characters. You stick the character on there. It tells a nighttime story. It's like they do like 45 minutes long.
No, this is new to me.
Yeah, look it up. They need to make one with Jim Nance's voice.
Oh my gosh, man, that would be.
Kids would fall asleep instantly.
I would fall asleep.
You've never heard of these?
These are expensive.
They're popular.
$100.
Yeah, but you buy different characters and then they're different stories.
Wait, so it's $100 and then you buy stuff on top of it?
Oh yeah.
The man's out to get you.
It's a great idea.
It is a great idea. So like Woody.
Yeah.
Tim Allen sitting there reading you a bedtime story?
Yeah, reading books or stories to kids as they're laying in bed.
That's the wrong guy. No, Tom Hanks is Woody.
But yeah, we have one. That's how I know. So we've got a few different characters and
wow.
Kids like them because they
those actually look. That's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But Jim Nance.
Oh man, those? 10 minutes, kid will be asleep.
Oh, that's amazing.
So,
oh, sorry, I sidetracked.
You're good.
So NBA, golf.
NBA, or probably golf, NBA, NFL, NCAA football, NCAA basketball.
There you go.
That'd probably be my watching.
What do you take in the most?
Consistently, yeah.
You could tell us yours. What sports you watch the most on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. We're 16 days out from Red Raider football season. Got plenty to dive into there. And we got headlines for you coming up next, including a Tech football headline. Another watch list for QB1. It's the bottom line on 100.7 The Score.
Getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Happy Thursday, everyone. This is the bottom line on 100.7 The Score and 107thescore.com. 100.7 The Score mobile app. Chois Woodman, Matt Estenson, as well as Thomas Dye with you on this Thursday afternoon. Y'all keep the comments coming in on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. We'll return to a handful of those thoughts in just a little bit. But first, Matt, you're the guinea pig. You get to start us off with our predictions for 2025. We're 16 days out from Texas Tech kicking off the season. We are 9 days out from college football getting underway. We've got a handful of Week 0 games, including a Farmageddon matchup next Saturday.
Farmageddon?
Farmageddon.
Okay.
That's the Iowa State-Kansas State game.
Okay.
That's one of the better
That's the best
rivalry
game.
names.
for the week 0 FYI.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that one's in Ireland. So I've said it, I can't imagine having a conference game the week before everybody else is starting to play, because both of those are conference contenders. Both those teams could be in the hunt for a Big 12 title, and someone's going to be 0-1 before almost everybody else has played a non-conference game. So
I want to know what the conversation is to both of those teams from a coach perspective. Like, I know we're in Dublin.
Yeah.
Just remember, we all have to get back on the plane responsibly.
Stay away from the Guinness.
Yeah, like, just, control yourselves.
Yeah, this ain't no vacation over here. All right, so let's start off with your conference champions. We need
the four.
ACC, Big 12, Big 10, and SEC.
So the ACC, I'm going to go with Miami.
Okay.
SEC, stick with Georgia.
All right.
They just are they're in that reload phase.
Sure.
Where it constantly just evolves around getting superstars. It's a rough life over there.
Yeah. Hey, we've stolen them.
Yeah, we're here now. Texas Tech's here. Big 10, we'll go Oregon.
Okay.
That one was put the first team in deleted. I'm tired of Ohio State.
Yeah. Oh, I'm tired of them too.
So and I think, and at least I'll speak for myself, Oregon has just always had kind of like a small following, cool jerseys kind of thing.
You're into the Oregon jerseys.
Well, I'm an Under Armour guy, so other than them having the Nike logo. So,
you're an Under Armour guy.
Through and through.
Oh man, you and Jamie.
Through and through. That's all I wear.
I like Under Armour, but now it's just like, oh well.
No. Under Armour forever. And then the Big 12, Texas Tech.
Okay. I feel like that's going to be a popular pick, but
should be.
It's not that popular outside of Lubbock. I've only seen 2 or 3 people predict Texas Tech to be the Big 12 champion. A whole lot of people put the Red Raiders at 2 or 3, but most are.
Is everybody picking Arizona State or K-State?
Yes.
Is that like what you've seen? I've seen
Arizona State, K-State, an occasional Baylor, and who else have I seen? That's pretty well it among those 4. Those are the popular ones. Yeah. All right. Now, so those 4 will get buys into the college football playoff.
Mm-hmm.
Who are your remaining 8 at-large bids? Or I guess one of them will be a group of 5.
Texas.
Okay.
Ohio State.
Boo.
Notre Dame.
To both of those. Okay.
And Boise State. I feel like there was no excitement with that playoffs, but there was not like an eye popper like, oh, wow, look at that odd pick.
There's 4. We still need 4 more. Remember, it's a 12-team playoff now. I didn't prepare you well.
No, you're good.
4 more.
God,
Thomas, you're coming up.
I just don't think nobody in the Big 12 will.
Yet, but
I think that it's just the whole thing with the Big
I know,
12. They're going to beat each other up constantly.
I would love if 2 Big 12 teams got in.
Yeah, I'm going to take that risk. I'm going to say K-State.
Okay. Man, I hope you're right.
I don't think Arizona State will have the year that some people are projecting.
Okay.
We'll go LSU.
Okay.
And then I think the surprise for me will be if SMU. Put SMU in there. And then there's one more rank, right?
Yep, one more.
One more.
SMU, so that's 2 ACC and 2 Big 12.
Mm-hmm.
Be a surprise year if that happens, but I'll root for it.
Man, we need.
Who else do you have?
I don't want to put Bama.
You know, if they're close, it'll happen, though. It's the committee.
I'm going to go Michigan.
Okay.
It is the committee. It's like they have a
contractual obligation. Bama's close. We got to put them in. I say that. They didn't last year.
Yeah.
But it was a 3-loss team.
And they were still debated.
They were debated. They had no. If it was anybody that wasn't Bama, it wouldn't have been a conversation. But logo bias had them in the conversation. All right, back to the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Do you guys order the chicken fried steak or the fries? And the fries, have them put gravy all over both. Me every time. I guess that's at the Texas stop sign. I go the steak finger basket.
Is that your go-to there?
I don't really have a go-to.
Yeah, I just get it. I think they're cheeseburgers. When they're good kind of thing.
Burger, I'll do the chicken strip basket, the steak finger, or I'm worried about dessert more.
What's your Blizzard flavor?
Something usually it's got to involve chocolate. I'm a chocolate guy. And then recently I got like a Fluffernutter one. So it's got like marshmallow in it. Don't judge me. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Apparently you.
No. People can laugh.
You got like turtle pecan going on over here?
No.
What's
no,
yours?
I'm much more grown up. Just.
I am much more of a grown up than thou.
It's just a Snickers or maybe a Butterfinger, something, but not a Fluffernutter.
What's wrong with that? I got one like last week.
I just wasn't expecting that. That wasn't
Fluffernutter Blizzard. I mean, who could go? What do you get, Thomas?
I don't even know what's Fluffernutter, like marshmallow.
Yeah, it's like marshmallow fluff, and then it had peanut butter in it too.
Oh, okay. I just get cookies and cream.
That's very mature of you.
I like those two. I'll get a cookies and cream. I actually like getting the Oreo with a chocolate base.
Okay,
that's what
I used to get a tropical Blizzard, which was like coconut and pineapple and stuff like that.
Oh, that sounds good.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Felt you judged me, so I had to fire back. At the point that the tortillas are on the field, they're trash. Well, yeah, obviously. See how people sneak them in?
See, like, why would you even make that comment? It's not the point of that they're trash. That's just the tradition.
Yeah,
that
it's the tradition.
At the Jones.
I think Chuck would be fine with the tradition going away. I think he's the. I don't want to misspeak, but I think he's anti-tortilla.
Have you ever thrown them?
Yes. It's been a while. I mean, I
know you don't now, but
I don't sit in the stands really ever anymore. But the last tortilla I threw probably was in college.
Yeah.
It was in college. Brother snuck some in. I'm not going to tell you how, but yeah. You?
No.
Never thrown? Okay.
But I didn't go to Tech either.
I think it's more fun even in a bowl game when the tortillas travel.
Yeah.
And you see them fly. Like when you go somewhere else and see the tortillas fly, I love it even more. I mean, on opening kickoff in a big game, when you get that panoramic view, especially from where I sit in the perch, I mean, it is awesome.
And like when you see them just like spinning.
Go everywhere, all over in one of those big games. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Does one of K-State's game count as non-con because they play 10 games against Big 12 opponents while everybody else plays 9? I believe they play Arizona. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. And that's a non-conference game, which is weird, but they, just like Baylor and Utah, had previous Pac-12, Big 12 agreements in previous years, and they didn't get rid of those because it's hard to reschedule stuff. So those were let me see if I can get the wording. Non-conference games against conference opponents.
Yep.
Weird, but, I mean, North Carolina did that, I think, with Wake Forest not that long ago, intentionally. They played a non-conference game against a conference opponent. All right, more from you on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. We'll have a Kaylee's Daily coming up next on 100.7 The Score.
Bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
It's the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score and the 100.7 The Score mobile app. Alongside Jamie Lent, I'm Chois Woodman. We head to the Visual Edge IT hotline, where we're glad to be joined by the head man himself, Tom Stone of the Texas Tech soccer program. Coach Stone, out in California getting ready for matchup with San Diego State to open the season tonight. Coach, no pressure here, but you get to kick off the Texas Tech athletics year for what might be the most anticipated Texas Tech athletics year in maybe Red Raider history.
Yeah, well, great to talk to you guys again, and really excited for the fall for all of our fall sports. And we, have the distinct pleasure every year to be the first game out of the box. So we've always embraced that. Our first home game on Sunday, we call it the first. It's like a big branded deal where everybody's come out and see us live in person. So we like being the first one to play. Nobody wants to keep kicking each other for another week when we can kick somebody that's got another jersey on. So we're fired up about it.
Coach, you guys got to kick Denver on Thursday night of last week, and you took them down 4-0. So your first look at your team in real action, what did you feel, or how did you feel they looked?
I think it's typical for coaches to we got so much to work on. This game has shown us that, we're not there, and in a lot of areas we're not. But at the same time, watching the video under calmer circumstances, we did a lot of good things, especially offensively, scoring twice on set pieces, missed a penalty actually, or would have been 5. So I think the performance was really good for the beginning of the year, and give 9 new players, and we had 2 game changers coming off the bench to both score, which was great. We played every single player on our roster that was healthy. So it was a good start. Some things we can't be naive about, like our organized team defending, and, press in soccer is a big deal, and how if you're unorganized, you get picked apart. And if you go as a unit, you can really frustrate teams that like to pass the ball. So I think that was it was a perfect game to get the thing started and see where we're at.
Coach, I'll give you just kind of an opportunity to brag on your senior here, but Macy Blackburn earlier this week named the number 3 player in the country by Top Drawer Soccer. That's a pretty amazing feat, and I assume for you it's got to be pretty comforting to have her as the leader on this team.
Yeah, no question. I mean, we've said since Macy was a freshman that she was one of the best wide players in the country and one of the best right backs in the country. And now, this year, I think after we've known this for a while, the country's recognizing that. And seniority has something to do with that, right? A lot of the attention goes to the upperclassmen, and she deserves it. I mean, she's fabulous. The best part about it is, other than, of course, us putting it out there on social media, I haven't heard a word about it around the team. Like, the girls are all congratulating her. I see them high-fiving her that morning at practice. But Macy's just not about the attention, which is humbling for a lot of people. And she's just a humble soul and loves to win more than anything else. So for someone to get that kind of attention and be able to manage that, Macy's perfect for that.
Coach, 15-5-2 last year. You guys get to the NCAA tournament, lose a heartbreaker to LSU. How do you feel like this year's team compares with last year's team?
Well, just in case we are recruiting against LSU and any of those players are listening, let's clear up the record. We beat LSU at home, Jamie. You were there.
Oh,
and we lost the heartbreaker to Duke.
That's right.
That's right. Heartbreaker because that's my alma mater. So, second round loss to Duke.
My bad. Sorry, Coach.
It's okay. I couldn't let that go. In case
no, please don't.
Yeah. Okay. Matter of fact, we have a huge poster up in our thing with us lining up for that game, with us, beating the Tigers, which was awesome, packed house and all that we get at home. Anyway, I do think that the Duke game opened our eyes a bit to, it's one thing to play at the level of being in the postseason, to compete for the Big 12 title, which we lost by a point, and finishing second. No one remembers who finishes second except us. So that was disappointing, but the Duke game was eye-opening in a way because we had played without Kylie and without Sam, and we had about half of Macy because she was still coming back, and they were the better team that day. And that's sometimes what you need. They were the better team on the day. They played well at home, and it really helped us zero back in on the types of things we need to do to be able to beat those elite teams. They were the number 1 team in the country at the time. So never like to lose in the playoffs, but to learn from it has been good for us.
Coach, looking to tonight with San Diego State, what kind of challenges do the Aztecs pose for your team?
I think the one danger of early season games and non-conference guys is that you don't have video on anybody because we don't share ours with DU. All the DU opponents have already been calling us, can we get their scouting report? We're like, nope. And our agreement is that they're doing the same for us. So we haven't seen much of them other than last year's team, and they graduated 7 and their leading scorer, but they return a big-time attacking mid who got hurt against Oklahoma State last year. So I think the difficulty this time of year is the guessing game of, okay, are they going to play the system they played last year? Are they going to have a similar kind of concept? And most teams do have similar concepts because that's what their coaches are comfortable with. That's what they want to play. For us, they know the system we're going to play because we've played it for like 6 years in a row. But our team is better roster-wise because of Sam and Kylie coming back, and the freshmen have been great. So a little bit of first 20-minute analysis. How are they pressing us? How do they want to approach dealing with our outside backs? And I think that's where you've got some, assessment to do. We have to work a little more from the sideline. The players have to do a little better on the field to figure out how many midfielders they're playing and all that. So I think that's the concern. The upside is they're a really skillful team. They're going to want to pass the ball. They've got a really good head coach who I respect a lot. So it's going to be a good opener. And I like being on the road sometimes for opening games because the weather out here is insane, obviously. And they're a quality team. They've won this conference like 10 times. So they're a good test to start the year.
Coach, it seems like each and every year you guys are right there in the mix for winning the Big 12 championship. Who do you feel like are some of the contenders with you guys up at the top this year?
That's a good question. With all the teams that we have now and the quality teams we added from the Pac-12, it's more crowded at the top than I've ever seen. And, for the teams that are trying to do what we did, 17, 18 years ago, get from the bottom to the middle, they've got a battle and a half on their hands. None of us want to fall past that point, and those guys are all trying to get up. So really competitive league. I think in no particular order, TCU is going to have a say, West Virginia is going to have a say, Oklahoma State, Colorado, BYU, ourselves, and who's going to be that surprise team that breaks into the 6? We were that surprise team years ago, and someone's going to do it. Someone's going to work their way into that grouping, and it's going to make it even more exciting. So I think those are the ones that on paper look like they're going to contend for the title, but it could be anybody. Last year, no one really saw Kansas coming. They did not do well in the league, but then they won the Big 12 tournament. So maybe Kansas is that team this year that pushes into the top 4 to 6, and good. We don't need them to be bad. Kansas struggled for a couple of years. We need RPIs to be high so that if you get points in those games, you can, get home games in the NCAA tournament.
Coach, got a couple minutes left with you. I know you've always been maybe the biggest Texas Tech fan outside of your own sport, but you now get to watch football with a different perspective with a kid on the team. That's got to be a little bit different for you. You got to be an even bigger fan now, right?
Yeah, I don't know if you could be a bigger fan, and especially when Joey came and the way he engaged all of us. And we've had some football and basketball coaches that just love the whole department, right? Like, you guys know this. We go around the country, all my colleagues, they're like, your football coach called you and wished you good luck before your game? What are you, joking? I'm like, no, that's nothing. And McCaslins around the world checking in with us and asking different coaches how things are going. So we have that really special coaching fraternity and sorority, however you want to look at it here at Tech. But you're right, having a kid on the team is something, a point of pride, because other schools that were interested in him, I thought to myself, my goodness, is there any way I'm going to put on a Baylor t-shirt or a K-State t-shirt or whoever else was recruiting him? It would have been like, I just would have worn black, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I couldn't have done it. I would have cheered for my son, but it would have just been hard to cheer for those schools. So it is different. It is special. We're excited for the team, obviously, first and foremost. And we're thrilled that Leighton had a great spring and has done well so far. But he's very respectful of the fact that this team is loaded at wide receiver, and if he can get any chances to make a difference, he'll be ready. But he also understands what's ahead of him and how good this offense is, and he's loving every minute of it. It's like football heaven for him. So, as a parent, you're excited about it. I will be standing there cheering. My wife will have her hands over her eyes every time a 230-pound linebacker comes after him. But Lindsay's a little more on the skittish side when it comes to how football is played, but it's going to be a fun season regardless. And we didn't miss a game if we were available anyway, so we certainly won't now. We'll see a lot more road games this year, I would suppose.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, we're out of time. It's disappointing because we really wanted to get your take on Jerry Jones and the Cowboys. But I guess we'll have to do that another time.
You can count on it. I've got a few thoughts on it.
Coach, great as always. Good luck tonight, and we'll be rooting for you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Take care.
Absolutely. That is Tom Stone, Texas Tech soccer head coach there on the Visual Edge IT hotline. They kick off the season tonight in San Diego at 9 o'clock. It is the bottom line. I have a question of the day coming up next on 100.7 The Score.
Bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Glad to be part of your Thursday afternoon. It's the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score and 107 The Score mobile app. Chois Woodman, Jamie Lent, Thomas Dye with you here from the First United Bank studio. Thanks to Coach Tom Stone for joining us on the Visual Edge IT hotline. If you missed that conversation, it'll be up shortly at doubletsportsnetwork.com if you want to listen to it there. But right now, Jamie's got a question for us.
Okay, guys.
Time now for Jamie's question of the day on 100.7 The Score. Presented by Connecticut of West Texas. Life's hard, your water shouldn't be.
Actually, I gave you a strike. That was more like a balk.
Jumped the gun there. Yeah.
Okay.
I did not make eye contact with the hitter first before I threw the pitch.
Yes. You should have.
Okay, so we're going to talk Big 12 non-conference football scheduling for the upcoming season. And I do not want you to tell me your favorite games. I want you to tell me the three most important games for the conference in non-conference.
So I need my matrix up here, right?
I'll give you some options. Okay, I'll throw some at you. August 28th, Nebraska at Cincinnati. August 29th, Georgia Tech at Colorado, Auburn at Baylor. August 30th, Utah at UCLA. September the 1st, TCU at UNC. September the 6th, busy day. Baylor at SMU, Iowa at Iowa State, OSU at Oregon, Kansas at Missouri, Arizona State at Mississippi State, and Stanford at BYU. September the 12th, Kansas State at Arizona. That's non-conference, correct?
That is, yeah.
September the 13th, Pitt at West Virginia. September the 20th, UNC at UCF, and also SMU at TCU. So those are a good amount of them. I think those are probably all the better ones. So you have to give me your top three of importance.
By the way,
that you want to win.
I think in retrospect, I didn't think this at the time. I think playing the non-conference conference opponents.
Mm-hmm.
I'm confusing with that, but the Arizona Kansas State game, the Baylor Utah of last year. In retrospect, that's been a bad idea because it's adding at least one loss.
Sure.
To your conference total when it could have been a win.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I think, Jamie, I'm going to go with – God, there's a lot of solid options. I think TCU and North Carolina. I think
it's a Monday game, by the way.
Yeah, I think that one, TCU winning that one is extremely important. As gross as this is going to sound, I'm going to go Kansas and Missouri. Am I going by games I think you can or should win?
No, I guess it could be taken a lot of different ways, but no, the ones that you feel are the most important for the conference.
Most important is Kansas and Missouri. If Kansas beats Missouri, you're beating an SEC opponent, and it's a big deal. It's a big deal. So Kansas, Missouri is one of them. That's probably up there at the top of the list. I think Iowa State and Iowa, though I don't know that anybody puts a ton of cachet into that game because they play.
And it's boring.
Every year, and it's boring. People don't watch. And I think all three of mine are coming in the second weekend. It's Baylor and SMU is the other one. I'm wiping the TCU North Carolina one out. But
okay.
Baylor, SMU, Kansas, Missouri, and Iowa State, Iowa. Because SMU was a college football playoff team last year. If Baylor got a win in week 2, it's going to open some eyes.
All right, Thomas. Most important.
I would say most important to me is probably Baylor at SMU. It'll show us what Baylor's like, because they're supposed to be having a good season, and I think SMU would be a great opponent for them, especially away. I think the second game also comes from that week, Kansas at Missouri, again for the same reasons that Choice mentioned. But my third one would actually be Nebraska at Cincinnati.
Okay.
I think Nebraska is supposed to finish at least top half of their conference.
Yeah.
And Cincinnati is supposed to be one of the bottom ones of the Big 12. So I think if Cincinnati wins this game, it'll be big for the conference.
Okay, my three in order. Second weekend, Arizona State against Mississippi State.
Okay.
If our conference champion from a year ago loses to, wasn't Mississippi State middle of the pack or worse last year
Yep.
in the SEC?
They were bottom.
I'm pretty sure, they were the last.
Yeah.
They were. I don't know if they were dead last, but they were right there.
Yeah, then that would be major embarrassment.
Yep. It would be a bad thing.
That would be a big knock against the conference.
And it was a close game last year, if I remember correctly.
Okay, so that's number one on my list. Number two on my list is Baylor and Auburn. Okay.
I considered that one.
That's opening. That's a Friday night to open the season. And number three on my list is Kansas and Missouri. So it's 3 games against SEC opponents for me. Baylor at Auburn, Kansas at Missouri, and Arizona State, Mississippi State. Okay, now let me ask you another question.
Okay.
All right. What are the 3, excluding Texas Tech's games? Okay. Who are the 3 non-conference games that you want to win the most? Okay, and it may be those same 3 that you just mentioned.
So one of them,
because it's not for me.
One of them is Iowa State and Iowa for me.
Okay.
Because Iowa gets way too much love for being a boring football team. Iowa gets considered for the college football playoff. They get in those conversations when they absolutely shouldn't be. So Iowa State needs to beat them early. So that's one of them. I would say I want Arizona State to beat Mississippi State. I definitely am rooting for that one. I do not want to see what would happen if you don't end up winning that one. And then the third for me, let's go. I'll come back around to it because there's several options. Do you have yours, Thomas?
Yeah, I think 2 of them were the ones I mentioned, Baylor at SMU and Kansas at Missouri. But I think also the one that Jamie mentioned that kind of struck my eye, I didn't even realize this one, the Baylor and Auburn game. I think that one would be a huge, just because Auburn is, I guess, considered a blue blood, even though they kind of haven't been good in recent years. But I think that one would be a big game to win as well.
This is going to be sacrilege to you, but the third one for me is Oklahoma State beating Oregon.
Yeah, so that's the hard part for me, right? I mean, we want the Big 12 teams to do well and look good for the conference, but I have a hard time rooting for Baylor and TCU and Oklahoma State, right?
I think you've got to root for results, not root during the game.
Yeah,
that's what it comes down to.
I don't want to.
I know.
So Arizona State and Mississippi State, number 1 on my list. No question there. I could go really cheesy here and say Arizona over KSU, right? Because it stays a conference win. Mm-hmm. Ultimately, and maybe
That's pretty cheesy.
Maybe so it wouldn't look bad. Maybe it would show that Kansas State is not very good. I think I would thoroughly enjoy BYU beating Stanford.
Okay,
that's one that would be cool to me, and I don't know. I just don't. The Nebraska folks are an interesting group, so I think Cincinnati, who is a quote-unquote subpar Big 12 team beating, at one point Nebraska was a blue blood. I wouldn't consider them now. I think that would be fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in on.
So I guess I'm rooting for teams that I don't really have that much hatred for.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah.
I think the biggest win for the conference would be Oklahoma State beating Oregon. I think if you went through of any of the wins you could get in the non-conference, Oregon's looked at as a top 10 team.
Sure.
OSU's looked towards the bottom, and if that would upend a lot of things. So But, hey, you've got a chance at SMU twice. Baylor and TCU both play them. And if you got 2 wins there as a conference, well, probably people will say SMU's not that good this year.
Yeah, they're down this year.
But it would still...
That's a pretty tough non-conference schedule they've lined up.
Yeah, they have. But I'm guessing that was before they became a power program, too.
Probably so.
All right, more from you on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Y'all can answer that question. Who do you want to see win in the non-conference in the Big 12? Most important games. You can get yours in. We'll get some more of your thoughts. Toss a dad joke your way next on 100.7 The Score.
Getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
On to hour number 3. This is the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score, 107thescore.com, and the 100.7 The Score mobile app. Brought to you by Happy State Bank. We're on television, Fox 34 News Now, YouTube, Fire Stick, Roku. However you're taking us in, we are thrilled that you've chosen to do so on this Thursday afternoon. Alongside Jamie Lent, I'm Chois Woodman. Thomas Dye taking care of us as usual. You can join the conversation, also as usual, there on the Yates Flooring Center chat line through that 100.7 The Score mobile app. Take that app just about anywhere with you. Even listening out in Brandywine, Delaware. Seems like Jamie's kind of place.
It's right next to Genuine, isn't it?
Bow. Never mind.
I had some really good dad jokes this morning.
Does it have anything to do with thumbs? Left thumbs?
No, it didn't.
Okay.
I think...
I heard one of them where Chuck actually got it.
Yeah, I was shocked.
What was it, though?
Yeah, I can't remember.
It was really good.
Mine just come naturally.
You're like Buck Owens in that way, huh?
I don't even know who that is.
He's a distant cousin of mine.
Okay, good.
And also dead. You know the scene in Remember the Titans?
Yes.
Okay, all of them. Good. That's what I was hoping. All of the scenes. No, the one where Ryan Gosling gets rooms with another player. I can't remember if offensive or defensive line, whatever. And he's playing them different music. He plays them they're gonna put me in the movies. And he's like, does the words cruel and unusual punishment mean anything to you? That scene. That's Buck Owens. That song right there. See, I knew you'd know some Buck.
He's a distant relative.
That's what I'm told. I've never actually watched I've never looked at the family tree to see how.
Feels like you'd be relative to a lot of famous people.
Does it feel that way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen a dime of any famous people's money, so still working on that. Thomas seems like he's still doing homework over there, but we're going to make him jump in anyway. We had Matt Estenson's predictions. He chose Miami, Texas Tech, Oregon, and Georgia as his 4 conference champions. As the Big Four. He went with Texas, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Boise State, K-State. He has 2 Big 12 teams. LSU, SMU, and Michigan as his total college football playoff 12. Thomas, you are up. Give us your 4 conference champions.
All right, my 4 conference champions. I think for the ACC, I'm going to go Clemson.
Okay.
Big 12, Texas Tech. Big 10, Oregon. And unfortunately, in the SEC, I do have Texas winning that one.
That's gross.
I know.
But I understand it.
Yeah.
All right, your other 8 teams.
Alrighty, I have Penn State. I think they'll have a good season this year. I think Georgia will also make it. Notre Dame will make it.
Okay.
Ohio State, Florida, and then in the 10 slot, I have K-State. I do think they'll slide in. Louisville, actually, I think will have a pretty good season. And then with the last space in the CFP, I have Tennessee.
So both Matt and Thomas went with 2 Big 12 teams and 2 ACC teams. This would be a good thing for college football in my mind, where you're breaking away of just the same old, same old. You'd still have plenty of same old with that list.
Did you have a non...
Oh, yeah, you have to have a group of 5. Or is there a group of 5 requirement? There is, right?
I thought there was, yeah.
I forgot.
Alrighty. Well, then...
kill Tennessee and then give us...
Yeah, kill Tennessee and put Tulane in there.
See, this is exactly what the committee does.
That is, right? They're
That's exactly what they do. Let's get rid of
this is
one of these really good teams and make a wish to...
Make a wish.
Tulane.
You're not wrong.
And what are Tulane fans? Hey, Texas Tech fans, you guys have never been in the CFP. We have. Where you guys at?
Yep, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a requirement, right?
I thought there was.
It could be. I think the non-Power 5 schools get 1 in. There's not a threshold of you have to be ranked here or here. It's just anybody. And that's where it is jacked up, Jamie. Is that basically you're treating, not quite the same, but you're treating the group of 5 and the Big 12 almost the same. Both of you are getting 1.
Yeah. Same thing with the ACC.
ACC, yeah. Except the ACC got 2 last year. But it's only because Clemson upset SMU in the ACC championship. It's the only reason they got 2. So I'm with you. I used to not be in favor of your stance on that, but I think you've pulled me over to your side for that exact argument there. Back to the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Where'd it go? Interesting contrast when the question is asked during bowl season. Y'all are in agreement today that all the Big 12 wins make the conference look good. In bowl season, the radio guys seem to think the opposite. I don't think it makes you look bad or good in bowl season. I don't think it does anything for you.
Depends on which side of the fence you're on. If your conference is killing it, you're talking about look at how good we are and look at what we're doing in bowl games.
Right, but the Big 12
7-3. If your conference is not killing it, you're saying they're exhibition games. Nobody cares. It's all about who wants to be there more. We had 37 guys opt out, and not play the game to get ready for the draft or the Senior Bowl or whatever. I mean, that's what you're saying.
The Big 12 did good in bowl games last year.
Yeah, so I don't think you get a ton of credit for it. But when you're talking about games in non-conference play, those games could keep you out of the college football playoff.
Yes.
They mean something. They matter. And so everybody's all in at that point.
And I think it builds the perception of your league. If the Big 12, Jamie, were to go above 500 in games against SEC teams, how many did we say there were? I don't remember. I'll look in a little bit. But if the Big 12 were to have a record above 500 against SEC and Big 10 teams combined, then people are like, hey, take a look at the Big 12. Mm-hmm. It's a better league this year. But when you slip up early, and it's like, oh, it's the Big 12.
Yep.
They're just inferior, is the thought process. So I'm with you. I think it matters. Bowl games are largely viewed as just that, exhibition games nowadays, unless it is in the college football playoff group.
Yep.
Jamie?
And the players themselves, it feels like more and more feel that way.
One of the strangest things I've ever seen, actually, let's go with 2 of the strangest things I've ever seen in college football, both coming out today. I'll tell you about those, as well as why you shouldn't have any friends, because they're expensive. All of that's still to come. We got headlines straight ahead. It's the Bottom Line on 100.7 Score.
This has been the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score. Go to 100-7thescore.com for more from the Double T Sports Network.